So, Predator Badlands just pulled off something no Predator movie has managed in almost 40 years. It's now the highest-grossing Predator movie ever made. Not adjusted, not one of. The actual highest. This is a franchise that's been running since 1987. The original Arnold movie, Predator 2, both Alien vs. Predator crossovers, all of it. For years, a lot of these films underperformed, and the series kind of limped along. But Badlands pulled in over $184 million worldwide, finally knocking 2004's Alien vs. Predator off the top spot it had held for more than 2 decades. And it did that on a production budget of around $105 million. The opening weekend was a franchise record too. $80 million worldwide, $40 million of that domestic. The single biggest opening this series has ever had, beating the old Alien vs. Predator record. And here's the context that makes that wild. The last 2 Predator movies, Prey and Killer of Killers, didn't even get a theatrical release. They went straight to streaming on Hulu. So for this one to come back to theaters after 7 years away and break every record the franchise had is massive. Overseas, its biggest single market was China at over $15 million across its run, and premium formats carried a huge chunk of the money, with IMAX, Dolby, and 3D making up around 59% of the domestic opening alone. Audiences backed it up hard. Badlands walked away with an A-minus CinemaScore, the best score any Predator movie has ever gotten, beating even the 1987 original's B+. Critics landed in the mid-80s on Rotten Tomatoes, fresh and well-reviewed. And director Trachtenberg already had a serious track record here. Prey sits at 94%, and the animated Killer of Killers at 95%, 2 of the best-reviewed entries in the entire series. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. This was the first Predator movie ever to be rated PG-13 in the main series. Every mainline Predator before it was rated R. And Trachtenberg pulled off something clever to make that work. He built a story where almost all the violence is non-human, an alien fighting other alien creatures. So he kept that brutal Predator intensity without the hard R. And that wider rating opened the film to a much bigger audience. Now the way this movie is built is genuinely bold, and it matters for everything coming next. This is the first Predator movie ever to make a Yautja, an actual predator, the central main character. And here's something wild. The film has basically no human characters in it at all. Trachtenberg deliberately cut humans out so the audience would bond with Dek, the predator, instead. So Dek's main ally isn't a person, it's Thea, a damaged Weyland-Yutani android, literally just the top half of a synthetic after a creature tore her in half. And Weyland-Yutani, if you know the Alien films, is the exact same shady megacorporation behind everything in that franchise. Now the 2 worlds have quietly been linked since 1990, when Predator 2 hid a real xenomorph skull, an alien skull, inside the Predator's trophy case. But Badlands goes way further, because it's the first mainline Predator movie to actually pull Weyland-Yutani itself into the story, which officially makes the corporation part of both the Predator and the Alien timelines. Those old Alien vs. Predator crossover films don't count, because they were never treated as part of the real canon. And there's even more. Elle Fanning doesn't just play Thea, she also plays Thea's synthetic twin sister Tessa, the Cold Company loyalist who turns into the film's villain. And that dual synthetic role is a first for the franchise too. Now the ending, because this is where the sequel lives. Our main character Dek finally defeats his father, the brutal clan leader Njor, in single combat. And in one of the most savage moments in the whole movie, Dek's creature companion Bud bites the head clean off the Yautja leader to finish him. So Dek wins, he earns his place, he's free. Except he's not, because right as the dust settles, a massive ship appears on the horizon, and Dek reveals that ship belongs to his mother. That's the final note of the entire film. His mother is coming. And that one reveal turned the whole ending into a direct setup for a sequel. So where does this leave us? Here's the wild part. Trachtenberg has said that after Prey, he had 3 Predator ideas, and Killer of Killers and Badlands were only 2 of them. The third is a mystery project he still hasn't revealed, and he was so eager to make it that he rushed the first 2 films, and even made 2 at once just to get there faster. Now one thing to clear up, because people get this wrong, Predator is not a Paramount franchise. It belongs to 20th Century Studios under Disney, and that's who he's making these Predator movies for. He did separately sign a 3-year deal over at Paramount, but that's for his own other projects. and he's confirmed he's juggling both at the same time. So between that secret third Predator project, a likely Badlands follow-up from the Mother cliffhanger, a possible Prey sequel, and even talk of a proper canon Alien vs. Predator crossover now that Weyland-Yutani is part of both worlds, there is a lot brewing. Badlands proved this franchise is more alive than it's been in decades. It shattered records nobody thought it could, and it ended on a cliffhanger begging for a sequel. So while none of it is officially announced yet, everything points to Deck's story continuing, with that mother reveal hanging over all of it. And that's that for today's video, folks. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in our next video.